The accused murderer Chris Dawson is on his way home to Queensland tonight after being released on bail in Sydney. It's been 3 weeks since he was charged with the murder of his first wife, Lynette, who disappeared from their home on the Northern Beaches 37 years ago.
Christmas came early for Chris Dawson, but it's a long drive home to Queensland for the former rugby league player. The 70-year-old walked free on bail from Silverwater Prison this afternoon after spending 3 weeks in isolation. His older brother, Peter Dawson, picked him up after lodging the paperwork at court.
Everyone have a Merry Christmas and thanks for your support.
The former high school teacher denies killing his first wife, Lyn Dawson, who vanished from Sydney's Northern Beaches 37 years ago. He was granted bail a week ago, but his release was delayed while the family raised a surety of $1.5 million. That involved mortgaging his home on the Sunshine Coast and his brother's property in Sydney's northwest.
He's obviously frustrated, but I think he's appreciative that people are doing their very best to help him in these circumstances.
As part of his bail conditions, Chris Dawson must not go more than 20 kilometres from his Coolum home, where he lives with his third wife, Susan. He must report daily to police and stay away from the dozens of witnesses involved in the investigation into his former wife's disappearance. Chris Dawson will now spend Christmas at home with his family on the Sunshine Coast. But the reprieve won't last long. He's due to return to Sydney to face court again in February. The cold case isn't expected to go to trial for at least another year. If found guilty, Chris Dawson could face life behind bars. Reddie ABC News, Sydney.